Hello, friends. This is Dave Hurwitz, Executive Editor at ClassicsToday.com, here with a miniature masterpiece that I have been dying to talk to you about. And now that I have permission from Maestro Robert von Barr at BIS Records to use the occasional BIS clip, I can do it. So thank you, Robert. I really appreciate it. And so will all of my viewers and listeners. The piece in question is 36 Greek Dances by Nikos Skalkottas. Fascinating composer and amazing music that you will definitely want to add to your collection if you haven't heard it already. This is a 2-disc set featuring the BBC Symphony Orchestra, conducted by Nikos Christodoulou, if I pronounced that correctly. I hope I did. Skolkatus is a fascinating character in 20th century music. His dates were 1904 to 1949, so he didn't live very long. He had a short life. In that period, he wrote a great deal of music in a wide range of styles. He's best known for being a hardcore modernist. A lot of his major works in large forms are completely atonal, some of them serial, some of them atonal, but difficult and challenging. But then his style ranged from ethnic nationalism to socialist realism and just about everything in between. Really an exceptional creative mind. And his complete works, I'm not sure how well they've been cataloged. It's seems to be a bit of a question as to exactly how much he wrote and what he wrote and how much he finished and completed. It was a messy life. A messy musical life, made more difficult by the circumstances of the 2 world wars and musical life in Greece, where he was working. And so it was really, he had a rather exceptional career. And he is Greece's best known classical composer, along with Theodorakis probably, but Skalkottas, I think, is taken a lot more seriously. Anyway, the 36 Greek dances are extraordinary. They come in 3 sets of 12, and they are to Greek music what, Dvořák's Slavonic dances were, or Brahms's Hungarian dances, or Liszt's Hungarian Rhapsodies, or Malcolm Arnold's English dances. I mean, they're that kind of thing. They're just gems. They're absolute gems. And Skalkottas worked on them and tinkered with them all his life, and they exist in millions of arrangements in little bunches. They're all over the place. There's some band versions. There's some string orchestra versions. You find them cropping up all over the place. But this is the only existing complete set that is done with this kind of thoroughness. And I mean thoroughness. Not only do you get all 36 Greek dances, but you get an appendix with 3 alternate versions of 3 of the dances, plus an unbelievable booklet that just gives you reams and reams of information about the genesis of the music and each dance described in detail. It's really, really a phenomenal effort, a beautiful effort, and an effort that's as much scholarly as musical. And it's just an exceptional release, done, as is so typical with BIS. It's just done right. I mean, the performances are great, the sound is great, the notes and annotations are great. And there's also a considerable bonus for those of you who are more adventurous in Skolkatus' The Return of Ulysses, which is a 28-minute behemoth of a concert overture in modified sonata form that's completely atonal, and it's very challenging. Very, very challenging. I enjoy it. I think it's an extraordinary piece, not for everyday listening. Remember how they used to say in those silly gramophone reviews, "Whoa, this isn't a Tchaikovsky Patatique for normal everyday listening," as though you would want to listen to the Tchaikovsky Patatique normally every day, right? Well, this is kind of like that. It's a gut wrencher, and you have to take your time with it. But the 36 Greek dances you can listen to as often as you please, every day if you like, in bunches or complete or however you want to do it. And I'm going to play you a sample. The sample is number 3, which is called Iperoticos, which means something about some guy. Wait a minute, because I can tell you what it means, because there's a thing about every single dance. Here it is. It's the dance of Epirus. And the theme of this dance is actually original to Skalkottas. It's based on folk motives, but he put it together himself. Maybe that's why it's so catchy, it's so intriguing. I don't know. But it's a wonderful, wonderful little piece. about 1 minute and 42 seconds long or something like that. Most of these are quite short. And yeah, it's 1 minute and 49 seconds, pardon me. And here it is, Iperoticos, from Skolkatus' 36 Greek dances. Isn't that just terrific? I love it. I love it. You know who it sounds like? It's quite interesting. It sounds a bit like Janáček, of all people, because the rhythm, that chunk, 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 that's also a sort of typical rhythm that Sibelius uses a lot for his string ostinatos, that chunk, 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 and Pochiola's daughter. I mean, it's a common accompaniment, of course, but that tune, oh my goodness, what a wonderful tune. And the orchestration with the snarling trombones, it's just cool. Great stuff. So if you would like to hear this and many other miniature masterpieces, do check out these Skalkottas 36 Greek dances on BIS. You will be very happy that you added them to your collection. So keep on listening, folks. Thanks for joining me. Take care.